Good evening. We're live from Abessinio Stadium in Wilmington for our game of the week here on Veterans Day. We certainly want to take time to salute and thank all of the veterans out there who have proudly served our country and keep freedom alive here in the United States. Those who have served and are continuing to serve, whether that's here in the United States or overseas, we certainly honor you tonight. Big game tonight between the 2A Caravel Buccaneers and the 1A St. Elizabeth Vikings. These are two of the best teams in their respective classifications. Caravel is 8-1. Their only loss coming to Woodbridge, who's undefeated. That was 24-12 back in mid-October. While the St. Elizabeth Vikings, they're undefeated in Class 1A at 9-0. Welcome to the live stream. I'm Glenn Fraser, as we said, with Pat Gariantes. Jason Winchell was going to produce tonight. I think we found something else for Jason to do. He's a busy guy. We're keeping him busy. So we got Nick Halliday here running the clock, and Pat's wearing two hats. He's producing, and he's also color analyst. Welcome in, my friend. A special interest for you doing this ball game.
Yeah, of course, man. My Viking card is still it still gets me in the building. It should be a good one, Glenn. Like you said, an undefeated St. E's team. This is going to be the toughest matchup they have faced all season long. And Caravel, one thing you don't want to do is dip down and take a loss right before playoff time. So they're going to come out here on the road, amped up, ready to go, coming off a pretty impressive victory last week.
Yeah, Battle of the Buccaneers that you guys had last week, and they pretty much bottled up the big running back Civils from Milford, who's had a pretty good season. Milford got off to a pretty good start, and then they've kind of struggled coming down the stretch. But Caravel, they've been playing on all cylinders. And you're right, both of these teams want to go into the playoffs with some momentum. Now, the 1A, which St. Elizabeth belongs to, and they will be in the playoffs, that's guaranteed, they're going to get a week off. They will not play next week. They'll start in 2 weeks with the playoffs. Caravel Academy, they will be playing it next weekend in the playoffs, and we'll wait to see when the seedings officially come out from DIAA on Sunday. I think we're all anticipating how that's going to come out, where the games are going to be played, and, of course, 3A, all 11 teams make it, but the top 5 will get first-round byes, and those top 5 spots are not sewn up yet. So a lot to be decided in this final weekend, Pat, as we come down to it.
Absolutely. And, like you said, there's going to be some really great playoff matchups coming up with the new subdivision split, the 3 divisions as opposed to 2. And like you said, both of these teams are going to have their chance to take home a crown in the next, couple of weeks or so. So it should be good.
All right, let's take a look at the standings coming down to the final weekend of play. So we'll begin with 1A as St. Elizabeth's undefeated in District 1. They take the title, the inaugural title of Class 1A District 1. Tatnall finishes second at 5-1. St. Andrews third at 4-2. And Charter School of Wilmington comes in 4-3-3. Those top 4 qualify for the playoffs. In Class 1A District 2 was Laurel High with an unblemished district record as they get their inaugural district championship. Indian River right now sitting in second place. And they're done because they were supposed to play early college high school this weekend, and ECHS has canceled the rest of their season. So Indian River, with just the 8 ball games, they also had one earlier in the year that was postponed against Brandywine and eventually got canceled. Seaford finishes third in the district, and Odessa the Ducks in their first year of football. How about that, man? Just freshmen and sophomores, and they're in the playoffs.
It's awesome, and that's good to see, and that's part of one of the great things about this split is a program like that gets a chance to build a true program, not having to worry about getting your head kicked in week and week out. So that is a great story.
And you were there that night when they clinched that spot.
Yes.
They were playing Polytech. The winner was going to qualify. The loser was out. Big ball game, and it was close.
It was a competitive game. It was their homecoming, their first ever homecoming game. Defense stepped up, made a couple big plays for them. And what was great about it is you saw these kids storm the field after they won. They had a big stop towards the end, and the fans in the stands were all pumped up, ready to go. I mean, I love seeing young kids get excited, and that was the definition of it there.
Yeah, good for them. All right, now let's move on to Class 2A, and that's where Caravel resides. In District 1, DMA undefeated at 5-0, and they'll put, they actually win the district. St. Mark's with one loss, Concord with a loss, finishing third, a half game behind St. Mark's, and Newark High School. How about Newark? They finished fourth. They qualify for the 2A playoffs. First time in quite a while the Yellow Jackets have been in postseason play. Congrats to them.
Absolutely. Since the great Butch Simpson was there, and Coach Jody McDonald, he's been around. He's a really, really well-respected coach, and yeah, he's got those guys playing really well, and good for the Yellow Jackets. Another team of recent, in the past,
right,
really well-respected. It's good to see them back in the mix.
Okay, continuing in 2A in District 2, Archmere Academy undefeated. They're playing DMA tomorrow night. 2 undefeateds there. That should be a battle, and you can see that game right here on Delaware Live. They win District 2. Wilmington Friends with one loss. A fine season for the Quakers. They finished second. Tower Hill, the Hillers, third. And then Howard gets in there as the number 4 seed. And then in District 3, Woodbridge wins the district. Caravel, their only loss to the Blue Raiders. They finished second in the district. Then Del Mar, and then Sussex Tech. So that's the 2A. The 12 teams qualify for the playoffs, and the top 4 will get a first-round bye. And again, DIAA will decide that Sunday. And then finally in 3A, all 11 make it, and we're just waiting to see who the top 5 are going to be to get the byes. We know 2 of them will be Middletown and Smyrna. St. George's probably already clinched a spot as well, and I think Salesianum has too. I think that final spot in the field of 5 to get the first round bye is going to be up between Appoquinimink and Dover.
Yeah, I think you're right. And, we kind of touched on that on Wednesday. And also, I did misspeak. Jody Russell, head coach of the Yellow Jackets, not Jody McDonald, who is a radio personality. But, yeah, exactly. One game to keep an eye on there is that Appo-Salesianum game. And, Glenn, I know that you kind of talked about it. You're right. That last spot's kind of up for grabs. And you're going to want that bye week. You're going to want to see who you're playing. There is an advantage to that.
All right, Pat, we're going to step aside here on the pregame show. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the kickoff here at Abessinio Stadium here in Wilmington. And we'll do that right after this on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
High school athletics is not what it used to be. The sporting goods industry has been disrupted, adding to coach and athletic director daily challenges. BSN Sports stands ready to change the fundamentals of our industry, giving our customers the advantages they need right now. Your dedicated local sales pro is supported with nationwide team service, including sport and category experts. Get the look of D1 colleges and pro teams with our program that streamlines ordering your staff apparel, player gear, and fan wear. Stretch your budget with our fundraising solution. Free and ready in minutes. Our campus branding products are perfect for boosting school and team pride. BSN Sports has the advantages you need right now.
Welcome back to our live stream here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. And as promised, let's run down the starting lineups for the ball game tonight. Head coach John Reed of the Caravel Buccaneers, and the athletic director is Craig Bailey. John, by the way, was a two-way starter on the 1989 championship team at Caravel Academy. So, starting quarterback, the sophomore, Truman Olwerda, and he's only stepped into action the last 2 or 3 ball games due to an injury to previous starter Nick Richardson. Running back, of course, Keyshawn Drumgo, the senior, almost 1,000 yards rushing, 18 touchdowns. Craig Miller, the sophomore, joins him in the backfield. The wideouts will see John Antonio, J.T. Wingo, Jordan Miller, and Trey Hamlin. The center is Chase Armstrong. Owen Robinson and A.J. Smith are the guards. The tackles are Priest Jones and Xavion Tuck. And the tight ends, Mackay Carmen and Brock Rhodes. They'll be defended by St. E's front 4 of Andre Green, Mitchell Butler, Carl Taylor, and Stephen Goodman. The linebackers, Eric O'Neill, Benjamin Jackson, Michael Downs, and the D-backs, Quasim Benson, Gavin Andrews, Jimmy Garrett, and Chris character. On the offense for the St. Elizabeth Vikings, head coach Mike Lemon, Michael Downs, Christine Benson in the backfield, Brett Smick, the senior quarterback. The wideouts, Chris Character, Jimmy Garrett, and Matt Trout. Center is Andre Green. The guards, Carl Taylor and Eric O'Neill. The tackles, Jaden Turner and Mitchell Butler. And the tight end is Tom Giovanni. They'll be defended by Caravel's front four of Keyshawn Drumgo, Mackay Carmen, Ian Smith, Owen Robinson. Linebacking core of Bryce McKinnon, Brock Rhodes, A.J. Smith, and Jordan Miller. And the D-backs are Trey Hamlin, Ian Guy, Christian DeRegis, and Dylan Knight. Pat, I know we got some stats. You want to run down some of those before we get to the kickoff?
Absolutely. A couple guys to keep an eye on, as we talked about. Keyshawn Drumgo, 141 carries. You mentioned just under 1,000 yards, only one fumble. So he's going to take care of the football. He's also a load. He is a thick-built kid that can move. So St. E's is going to try and keep him bobbled up. He also plays on the defensive side of the ball, 19 tackles for loss and 9 sacks. So both him and Carmen are two players that St. E's offensive line is going to have to take care of. And then, as you talked about, Kasim Benson, Mr. Everything for St. E's, over 1,500 yards, 26 rushing touchdowns. He does it all. But a guy to keep an eye on is going to be Brett Smick. He's going to be the key for this team. He's their quarterback. 39-69, 806 yards, 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. 3 of them were in that Indian River game that we did earlier in the year. So if they can establish the pass and put a balanced offense out there, they're going to be able to compete in this game.
Smick has good size, too, at 6'3", 215. So definitely a decent prospect there. I think we're about ready to have our national anthem. We're going to step aside. We'll come back and get the opening kickoff for you right after this on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
How you doing? My name's Mike Cassidy. I'm the founder and president of Cassidy Painting. I started back in 1984, incorporated in 1986. I never had the word no in my vocabulary. When someone called me to do a job, I always said yes, whether it was a struggle, whether it was 7 days a week, sun up to sundown, it didn't matter. And with that philosophy, we were able to grow to the size we are. We employ close to 80 individuals.
We really enjoy being in the family business. I look forward to coming to work every day, and it's so nice to work with the people that we work with in the office. We've really become a family with them. We really create a family experience around here.
And Cassidy Painting is a very diversified company. We don't say no to anything. We deal with everything from epoxy floors to painting buildings to spray foam insulation, spray fireproofing. If it deals with a coating, we can handle it. So when our customers call and they're under the gun and they know the need to get a job done, they know who to call because we perform. We've always been performed. We've never been replaced out of 37 years of business. For any of your painting needs, we can handle it.
Back here at Abessinio Stadium in Wilmington, Delaware. It's a little breezy here tonight. Good fall weather, though, for the early part of November, as we're going to play this game in the upper 50s. St. Elizabeth's the home team. It was senior night here for them. And Caravel Academy in their road whites, helmets, jerseys, and pants. Of course, St. E's with the maroon and gold jerseys, gold helmets, and white pants. Glenn Fraser alongside Pat Gariantes, Nick Halliday on camera, and we're just about ready to go. St. Elizabeth's will get the offense out on the field first. They're going to receive the opening kickoff. And I'm trying to pick up who's back deep. I'm guessing that's Benson to the near side. Can't quite pick that number up yet. And to the far side,
it's going to be Mikey Downs.
Downs, okay.
Number 25.
And here's the kickoff. Caravel Academy boots it down. It goes 2 downs at the 6-yard line, straight up the middle of the field, across the 20, hit at the 25, and spun down, looks like just shy of the 25-yard line.
It was good job there by Downs. They tried to hit the open field, decent field position, and what you'll notice is Kasim Benson, typically number 3, if you've been following St. E's all year, he's got a number 8 on tonight. So that is something that we want to keep an eye on for folks at home. That is Kasim Benson wearing number 8. Not quite sure what might have happened with the jersey, but
yeah, we kind of picked up on that during game drills. The kicker, by the way, was Samrath Singh, a senior for Caravel Academy.
So
and here we go.
Last week, Glenn, Caravel's defensive line was really able to get after Milford, force some turnovers. Let's see if St. E's is able to handle this front. They're pretty quick and strong up front as Caravel defensive line.
All right. And as they have most of the season, I formation. The wide out is character. And they use a lineman in motion, go right up the middle, and a pretty good gain of about a yard or 2. The gap really closed up quickly, though, on Benson.
That's Stephen Goodman, number 56, the orbit motion there, the H-back, so to speak, there, Glenn, coming across. And, yeah, I mean, it's a 2-yard gain. The yards are going to be hard to come by here for St. E's against this stout Caravel defense. They got to keep the chains moving if they want to have a chance in this one. This could be a slow, methodical game plan from St. E's. Try and be conservative with their play calling.
Both teams are going to want to play against the run. They're going to put several players up in the box. Well, that's a busted play. Smick's got to run with it himself. He's going to take a loss as he's triple tackled back at the 20-yard line. He turned to look for a running back, and there wasn't anybody there.
Yeah, miscommunication, and right there, you know, Stick's going to have to swallow that play and try and get as many yards as you can. He kind of hesitated, tried to bounce around outside. As quarterback, you got to be ready. Hey, oh, this play didn't work. Let me follow where the block. You know where the play's going. You know where the block's going. Try and follow your blocking and get upfield and save a little bit of yardage. Wasn't able to do it. 3rd down and long.
Not the situation you wanted to start the game out with against Caravel.
No.
Now they'll go to the pistol formation. Smick flanked by Downs in the backfield.
Keep an eye out for number 2, Mike.
Blitz is coming, and the ball was deflected at the line of scrimmage, and getting a hand on that was Carmen, the junior defensive tackle.
Yeah, Carmen, he's done a good job, too, up front. 7.5 sacks for him, and he did. He got after it there, Glenn, and this is what I kind of thought might happen. His Caravel defensive front is tough to handle.
Carmen leads that defensive front with 58 tackles on the season. Back deep to punt. That looks like Gavin Andrews, a sophomore, number 6. Takes a snap, gets the punt off. It's going to take a St. E's bounce up close to the Viking 40 and will be down across the 40 at the 41. Caravel with good field position now on the opening drive.
Yeah, it was a great start for Caravel, forcing a 3 and out. Now their offense is set up to go, and keep an eye out. Mr. Drumgo is going to get a heavy load. But one thing I do want to mention, this quarterback, Truman Alwerda, he impressed me last week. He didn't throw the ball often, but when he did, he was accurate, he was decisive, and he's got a decent arm for only a sophomore, and a smaller sophomore at that.
High formation, wide out in motion to the far side. The give is to Drumgo, big guy, just puts the helmet down, crosses the 40 down close to the 36-yard line. He'll gain almost 5 on 1st down.
Not many running backs also moonlight as a defensive end, and Drumgo does that. I mean, he is well built, 5'10". I'm willing to bet. I know his weight wasn't listed. I'm willing to bet he's over 200 pounds, and he runs the way that you want a big-time back to run.
Reminds me a little bit of Xavier Rogers from Appoquinimink High School, who goes defensive line and running back. Again, Drumgo again crashes into the line. Finds the running a little bit tougher this time. He only picked up 2.
Yeah, there's a better job up front there from St. E's. That was Goodman sticking him. However, I mean, he hit him. It was already a yard or 2 down the field. So 3rd down and short.
Yep.
You're gonna see a steady dose of Drumgo. But like I said, last week when they did pass, it was play action. So they clearly have a plan.
3rd down and 3. Wide out in motion to the far side. Give is to Drumgo again. Follows blocking on the right side, and he gets just inside the 30 and enough for the 1st down.
Great vision from Drumgo. Followed his lead blocking there. Knew that what was the first goal? First goal was to get the first down, then worry about the touchdown. He got done the first thing. If he tries to bounce that outside there, Glenn, he may not get it. It was a smart job staying true to the hole, following your lead blocking.
And one of those lead blockers, the sophomore fullback, Craig Miller, led the way. Once again, the wide out Antonio in motion. Quick hitter up the middle to the fullback this time, and he got good yardage.
Yes, he did. Just dragging defenders. Again, St. E's going to have to try and get off blocks. Easier said than done, of course. That was Mitchell Butler on the tackle there, number 53.
7-yard pickup by Miller on first down. Second down at 3. We're just underway in the opening quarter. 8:20 to go here from Abessinio Stadium. Antonio again will split to the wide side of the field. I formation behind quarterback Alwerta. Hand off to Drumgo again, and this time we've got a whistle before the play gets underway.
Looks like a dead false start against Caravel.
So they'll replay the down. It'll be second, but now it's going to be second down and about 8.
Telling you, St. E's, they're going to be happy with that one because Drumgo looked like he had a pretty big hole right there.
Actually, it's closer to second down and 9. Ball resting around the 28-yard line of the Vikings.
Curious to see if St. E's dials up a blitz.
Drumgo again, right side. They've been banging it on the right. He almost broke that one to the house as he's tripped up down by the 15.
And they did. They brought a blitz there. And you know what the gamble is if you don't get him at the line of scrimmage and he breaks through that first line of defense, there's no one there. And right there, that was a shoestring tackle. I couldn't quite make out who did it, but Drumgo was one broken tackle away from a touchdown there.
And Drumgo hit the turf, and he kind of like pounded the turf with his hand like he knew he was that close to breaking that one. First and 10. Drumgo again right side, follows blocking, and he's going to be inside the 10-yard line. Pickup of about 6.
Pretty simple game plan so far for Caravel. Feed the beast. And, I mean, this is going to be the challenge for St. E's. The size of Caravel up front and then just the sheer size of Drumgo as a back. They haven't seen that this year with their Class A opponents.
No, they really haven't. Kudos to them for stepping up and playing the Caravel Buccaneers and going out of class.
It's been a great rivalry in years past. So
let's see if they go right side again. They do. Drumgo right side. Stiff arms a defender in the helmet. And he gets inside the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal.
Clearly they see something there on that right side, Glenn. You had mentioned it. I mean, that seems to be where they've gone, I would say, 8 out of these 9 plays. There's something that they've seen in film. I don't know what it could be. If they feel like they got the advantage on that side or they're attacking a certain area, but there's clearly something going on there.
They've predominantly gone there this entire drive, and that's A.J. Smith, the guard, and Tuck, the tackle. They're just going right over them. This time pretty much right up the middle, and a good tackle from behind and a minimal gain.
That was well done there. That was, I believe that was 55 there, Glenn Jackson Benjamin.
Yep.
He did. Great job. He got off his block and was able to make the big-time tackle.
Gain of about 1 yard, so it'll be second and goal from just inside the 2-yard line of the Vikings. Jackson, 6 feet, 230 pounds. He has 28 tackles on the season. Here's the second and goal play. Alwerta feeds Drumgo again. He's hit down right at the goal line. We're waiting for a signal. He did not make it. It's going to be third and goal just outside the goal line.
I'll tell you what, that was a good job there by that St. E's defense. First to make contact there was Andre Green. Couldn't quite see who was the linebacker that came up and finished it off, but Drumgo had forward momentum until that linebacker hit him, and that was it.
Third and goal, the nose of the ball almost resting at the goal line. 9-play drive, 8 carries by Drumgo. And he gets it for a ninth time, hit right at the line. I don't think he got in.
What a job.
Great job by the interior defensive unit. Let's see as they get up off the ground here, Pat. The last one to get up. Because that's 77. That's Carl Taylor. I think he might have been the initial defender in there.
Yeah, Taylor, Green, they did a great job of collapsing the middle. I mean, Caravel, they started to become predictable, right? St. E's is selling out for those inside runs. Let's see maybe play action, or let's see if there's an outside run coming here from Caravel.
Well, Werder just takes it himself, and I think he got in waiting for the officials. They haven't made a signal yet.
It's usually not a good sign if they didn't make a signal.
Looked like he took it and just dove across the goal line, but we're still waiting for the officials to make a call here. If he didn't make it, what a goal line stand by the Vikings.
Yeah, you're not kidding, Glenn. It was tough to see from back here.
Now they're going to signal touchdown. I don't know what all the discussion was.
So, well, some of the St. East players, I don't think, realized that they called touchdown. But, yeah, they did. Touchdown, Caravel.
So a quarterback keeper of a yard on 4th and goal gets the Buccaneers on the board first with 4:33 to go opening quarter.
It's a good drive there from Caravel, and you got to give St. East some credit. They had some guts down here at the goal line, but, you know, it's tough to stop a team from the 1-yard line that many times in a row. Good play call, too. Switch it up. Awerda was able to go right through. They weren't anticipating a sneak. Well done.
Logan Keld, the sophomore, for the point after attempt. It's up, and it's good. 4:33 to go opening quarter here from Abessinio Stadium in Wilmington. And it's Caravel 7, St. Elizabeth's nothing. We'll be right back after this.
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health-screened craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
Glenn Frazier and Pat Gariantes, along with Nick Halliday here from Abessinio Stadium on Veterans Day. As Caravel Academy took their opening drive, they went 41 yards and 10 plays, all on the ground, and only one play went double digits. One 12-yard run by Drumgo, who carried the ball 8 of the 10 times. I think you got to give a little bit of a moral victory to St. Elizabeth's to force a 4th and goal.
They're going to make they definitely made it hard, but I mean, if Caravel's going to continue with that strategy, St. E's doesn't go deep. They don't go deep, so those kind of drives will linger on into the second half, and that's when you may start to see some big gains start to occur. It's going to be crucial for St. Elizabeth to time-consuming drives and obviously to answer with a couple of scores. Let's see if they're able to do that.
Well, the first time they had the ball, they went 3 and out, and the play that really hurt them was a busted play when quarterback Smick had to eat the ball and take about a 5-6-yard loss. So let's see how the Vikings start out this drive as the kickoff went into the end zone for an automatic touchback. Trout in the game. He's wide out, split to the near side. Benson in motion.
They go up the middle to Downs.
Yep, Downs got the ball.
The old wing T right there. Motion. Glenn, little guard trap, and it worked. I mean, it's usually good for at least 3 or 4 yards.
That's just about what he got. 3 yards, we'll call it second down at 7.
And Kasim Benson is limping pretty severely. I don't know if you noticed that when he went in motion, but he did it again here coming into the huddle. That's going to be something we got to keep an eye on. Obviously, as we alluded to in the pregame, 1,500 rushing yards. He's done everything for this team this year. He's hobbled. That could be a big time difference maker.
He's actually lining up in the slot or almost as a wing back. Garrett is the wide out to the near side of the field. Motion back, gets the football, trying to sweep near side, and they got good yardage out of it. Ball carrier at that time appeared to be Montavious Pollock.
It was a great carry right there. Actually, that was Character, I believe, number 4.
The Character, you're right. Yeah, the numbers,
it could be tough with the font.
Yeah, that font's a little tough.
And he did a good job there because it's kind of similar to what we saw from Drumgo to previous possession, where he was coming around the outside, and if he bounced it out, he would have outran his blockers. The corner would have came up, and he would have been tackled for a loss. He stayed tight to his pulling guards, and he ended up falling forward for a gain of 5 or 6. There is a down player. But, yeah, 3rd down and short for St. E's.
One of the Vikings players. Well, Character does get the ball quite a bit on these jet sweeps, and he has 3 rushing touchdowns on the season. Plus, he has 29 carries for 269 yards.
Yeah, he gets it done on those jet sweeps. He's also a guy to keep an eye on if, St. E's gets to a point to where they're going to start throwing the football. On the season, 14 catches, 326 yards, and 5 touchdowns to lead the team. So he can get it done. He's a little bit of a multifaceted weapon for them.
That was the wideout, Jimmy Garrett, who came up off the turf. He's being helped off the field, and hopefully the young man's okay.
It's Tom Beto, the longtime trainer at St. Elizabeth, assistant coach, head baseball coach.
That's what's a good thing to have Pat here.
Yeah.
His alma mater is St. Elizabeth, so he has all this deep background information.
Coach Beto's one of the longest tenured staff members over there at St. E's. There's been a lot of turnaround in the last decade since I left, but he's still there. Still kicking. It's good to see.
So already a couple of offensive starters kind of limping around a little bit for the Vikings. I hope they're both okay. Down on the field, it's 3rd down and 2. Vikings trying to get their initial first down of the ball game. Smick under center. And they give it up the middle, and I think just getting enough for the first down. And that's some good misdirection that time as they tried to mislead the defense, faking the ball to the motion back Character.
Yeah, and you're going to see that's a basic wing T principle. Coach Lemon was a predecessor under the tutelage of Coach Joe Hempel here for a few good years there. So he's got a little bit of those concepts. He played at Wesley, played at St. Mark's, so he's got a lot of different offensive knowledge. So you'll see a lot of different sets from St. E's.
Benson was the one that got the first down, and he came off the field. He looks to be walking okay along the far sidelines. Back on the field, 2 wide receivers in the game on 1st and 10. Give it to the second back through, and he is pounded in the backfield. Big tackle by the front line. I think that might have been Ian Smith.
That's Gavin Andrews, number 6, on the carry. And there's just not much going there.
Loss of 2, it'll be 2nd down and 12. Yeah, and if indeed there is something a little wrong with Quasim Benson, that's really going to hurt the chances of St. Elizabeth here tonight.
He's just such a difference-making talent. I mean, and it looks like it's an ankle. He's hobbling. And that's one of his elite skills, is his ability to change directions and his agility.
They're running the sweep to the near side. Trying to follow block and doing a nice job of it, weaving his way across the 25 out to about the 26-yard line. And I think that was Andrews again, Pat.
Andrews did a good job, but boy, oh boy, did Drumgo lay a hit on him at the end. He came flying across. My, oh my. You're going to feel that one tomorrow, that's for sure. But that was a good job. Well blocked by St. E's. The ability to get that ball outside and set up another 3rd and manageable.
Yep, 3rd and about 4, as he got nearly 7 yards on that sweep, as we're down to 1:37 to go in this opening quarter. And we knew it was going to be a fast-paced game because neither team puts the ball in the air that much.
Absolutely not. Benson back in the game, Glenn. He's the tailback. Let's see what he does.
Yep, Character split to the bottom of your screen. Play action. Smicks back to pass, throws center of the field, tipped and almost picked off, but incomplete.
That was a tough one. That was a tough window to throw in there. Well done there by the linebacker. I couldn't quite see who originally got their hand on that. Smick just barely missing his target. He was open, but that was a really tough window to throw in.
So that brings up 4th down and 4. Back deep for Caravel is John Antonio, the senior. He's standing at his 35.
It's Caden Harris in the punt. He's only a freshman for the Vikings.
There are a lot of freshmen and sophomores playing for both teams in this game tonight.
Which is great to see. This is the future of Delaware football.
There's the snap. It's perfect. This is a much better punt. No fair catch called for. Coming near side. Special teams forces a fumble, and then he alertly got it back. Good job by Antonio to get that ball back as he was hit hard.
Yes, he was. And Antonio came up. He had the opportunity on that, but that was really good coverage up front there from St. E's. That was led by Eric O'Neill, number 76, leading tackler for the Vikings. He was the one that punched that ball loose and wrapped him up for the tackle. Like you said, lucky for Antonio, he was able to recover it.
Yeah, that would have been a big momentum swing in this ball game. It's 7-0, Caravel on top. Second time they've had the ball. This drive will start at their 34-yard line. Man in motion is Hamlin. They come back in the other direction, the pitch out and the sweep to Drumgo. He got about 3 or 4 yards as St. Elizabeth did a good job of being disciplined on that play.
Good job by Character right here, the cornerback to our near side, able to shed the block and come up and force Drumgo to cut it up, and eventually he made the tackle. That was really well done by number 4 in maroon.
Brings up 2nd down and 8. We're inside of a minute to go in this opening quarter. High formation, wide out to the bottom of your screen, and he goes in motion. That's Wingo. Turns and gives it to Drumgo again on the right side, and he got about 4 yards up to the 40.
Here's the challenge. You know number 3's getting the ball. Are you able to stop him? I mean, St. E's is selling out for a Drumgo carry, and he still was able to pick up 4 yards there.
He has 10 carries already. 10 of their 12 offensive plays have gone to Drumgo. And I'll bet you 10, maybe 9, have gone to that right side. This time Wingo split to the top of your screen.
Pass.
Play action. Throw, middle of the field, complete up near midfield, and tackled down at the 45 for a big first down.
Yeah, there it is. I talked about a word as ability. He gets the job done, right? He's not going to come out here and air raid offense. But right there, you've gone 12 consecutive run plays, 13 consecutive run plays. There's the play action pass, and he's on target, and he's on time.
That was the tight end Brock Rhodes for the first down. And the clock reads all zeros, so we have 1 quarter in the books. We'll be back to start the second quarter with Caravel on top 7-0 here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sport.
High Five Hospitality was founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise concept to Delaware. They now operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings, 6 locations throughout Delaware, and 2 locations in Maryland. B-Dubs has weekly and game day specials on their delicious food and beverages. Stop in one of their convenient locations today. The Stone Balloon Ale House features a unique blend of crafted food and an array of spirits, all flavored with a dash of nostalgia. Our culinary mantra is comfort food playfully reimagined, and we prepare seasonal favorites that strive to please the palate and resurface a memory. Limestone Barbecue, from our mouth-watering Texas-style brisket, fall-off-the-bone chicken, and St. Louis ribs. Southern-style sides, mac and cheese, baked beans, cornbread, sweet tea, and our homemade pickles. Be prepared as your bread will be your napkin. Yup, we are that kind of barbecue. Expectation. You'll have a tough time choosing between our exclusive dishes to help get you through the day. French toast, French crepes, Belgian waffles, and of course, our famous Eggs Benedict. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
Okay, we start the second quarter. Now Caravel moving from your right to your left. 1st and 10 at the Vikings 40. Play action again. Throws the home run ball downfield. Jump ball and incomplete. Wingo dropped that one. He had to go up pretty high to get it, and he had the secondary beat.
They did. Another play action pass. The secondary, the whole defense is selling out for the run, and Awerda just missed his man there. I mean, he had him. He didn't set his feet. There was no rush.
Yeah.
Yet he threw that one off his back foot as if he was under duress. And you're right. I mean, it was just dropped there by Wingo, but missed opportunity for Caravel.
Young mistake. He's only a sophomore, and I believe this is only his 3rd game of the season.
Yeah, only 22 pass attempts coming into this game.
All right, 2nd down and 10. This time they bring Antonio in motion. Oh,
wow.
A hit in the backfield. What a job.
It's O'Neill getting in there. 76 was able to get through there unblocked. That's a big-time tackle right there.
Lost the first loss by Drumgo tonight. He lost 3 yards there. It'll be 3rd down and 13. How about Eric O'Neill? 77 tackles on the season.
Yeah. I mean, he's done a little bit of everything for this team, and he's not the biggest guy. He only goes about a $185.
Yeah.
But he plays as if he's 225.
Back to pass again. Pressure's coming. He gets rid of it, and good pass breakup, incomplete. And getting in there and breaking that up, I think, was Jimmy Garrett, the free safety.
Yeah, Garrett, great job breaking on the football by Garrett. Pressure was able to get to him. Awerda, he had to get that ball out, and he didn't put a lot of zip on that, and that allowed Garrett to almost come up and intercept that. Well done by St. East, forcing the stop.
All right, punt formation. Back deep for St. E's as Character inside his 20-yard line. Here's the snap. A little pressure coming off the left side. Nice punt as he angles it towards the near sideline. It'll bounce at the 20 and will be down about the 18-yard line. That's where the Vikings will have it as they get a defensive stop. We're early in the second quarter, Pat.
Yeah. You know what? That's a win for St. E's right there, because Caravel up into the that first drive, it was just down your throat, down your throat, down your throat. Caravel got a little creative there. They wanted to open up the playbook a little bit, take some chances in the passing game. Didn't work for them, but you got to do that because you don't want to become one-dimensional. Also, you don't want to wear drum go out.
Right, because he is playing on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
All right. 11:05 left in the first half. Caravel on top, 7-0. Smick up under center. The wide out is Character. He gives it to Benson. He broke a couple of tackles. He's upended as he gets across the 20. Looks like they're going to mark him shy of the 24.
That was a big hole there for Benson. And I'll tell you what, he may be limping between plays, but when that adrenaline gets going and that ball is snapped, all of a sudden that limp goes away. Good first down play, 5-6 yard carry on that one.
Yeah, anytime you can get 5 yards on first down, that's a big positive. And now hobbling as he comes out at wide receiver. Remember, he was hobbled before as Garrett. Second back through. Benson again. Trying to find some block. It bounces it to the outside. Has a first down out across the 30 to about the 33.
And he is definitely hurting. He got pulled down there. And when you got a sprained ankle like that and you get pulled back from behind, that's going to hurt you. That's going to hurt big time. I hope everything's okay with him.
I hope so, too. But I just looked at one of the coaches over there along the sideline, and he kind of dropped his head. It looks like the left ankle is heavily taped, and he's hobbling off now. You hope the young man's okay. You certainly hope that he's okay for the playoffs.
Well, that's it. And that's where, Coach Lemon and his staff have to make a decision, right? How much – obviously you want to win this game. You want to finish the undefeated season off. But at what cost, right? Because at the end of the day, this team isn't in your division.
Right.
You got a playoff, run coming up, and you got challenges ahead of you, with not only Indian River, who gave you a lot of trouble early in the year. You had to hold on for victory there, but eventually potentially Laurel.
Right.
So decisions there for sure.
Now we're going to go with 3 wideouts on this first down play after Benson got 12 yards on a first down. They give it to the running back right up the middle, and he got a couple of yards there. So it looks like, is that 53 in there?
That should have been Downs on the carry. And only a 1 yard gain on that play.
Garrett came back in the game. So he's out there now with Character. 1 yard for down, 2nd and 9. Character in motion. Play action to him. Back to pass. Mick gets rid of it just over the outstretched hands of his intended receiver. And that was intended for the tight end, Schiavone.
Yeah, and, it was well covered there by the Caravel secondary out here. Number 5 and number 2 there. That was just well done by those secondary members. And, St. East is going to have to get creative in terms of the passing game. You don't want to become too run dependent. You want to take your shots. And Smick is a capable passer. It just wasn't there. It's just well covered.
Yeah, you had to get rid of that one. So we have Character and Andrews split to the near side. A receiver to the top, pistol formation. Smick pressure's coming off the blind side, and he's hit and dropped. Back at the 25-yard line, a sack. First one to get in there was Junior safety, DeRegis.
Good job by DeRegis. That was a blitz coming from the backside there. Safety blitz. He was able to get to him. Smick, it's one of those, it's like, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Yeah.
He couldn't quite get rid of it. At least he held on to the football. But obviously, Benson went down in that drive, and it kind of derailed from there.
Yeah, right after he got the nice first down run, double digits, 12-yard pickup. So now 4th down.
He is over there on the St. East sideline. It'll be interesting to see, again, what happens going forward with him.
Nice job to get that punt off. Pressure was in there. Now Antonio's just going to let it bounce and get out of the way.
What a roll.
Yep, all the way down to the 30, and will be down near the 28-yard line. So that's where the Buccaneers will have it. Just under 8.5 to go in this first half, and they have a lead of 7-0.
Yeah, and, let's see if they get Drumgo back going on this drive. Last drive, they, he got bottled up on 2 carries, and then they try to get creative through the air. See if they go back to him here and try and grind out one last drive before halftime.
Already on top, 7-0. St. Elizabeth's coming in here undefeated at 9-0. Caravel at 8-1, only lost to Woodbridge. And by the way, the Woodbridge Blue Raiders, they're undefeated. There's a pitch out, sweep coming near side to Drumgo. Hit by one man from behind, and he's going to go down shy of the 30.
That's just tremendous effort right there by number 58, Andre Green. Chasing it down from his backside defensive tackle position. Well done. He limits it to only a 1-2 yard gain there.
Yeah.
That's just
he showed very good speed there.
Yeah, you cannot ask for much more from your defensive tackle. That's for sure.
You're right. He chased it down from across the field. 2nd down and 8 after a pickup of 2.
Benson's still on the sideline, just worth noting there.
Worked up under center, hands off to Drumgo again. This time he carries defenders for good yardage across the 35. Now that was the fullback that time. That's Miller.
Just great job. Way to stay patient with the ball. Take what the defense gives you. Set yourself up for 3rd down and short.
Miller's had 2 carries, both for 7 yards, so 2 for 14 in this ball game for him. 3rd and short for the Buccaneers. Antonio split to the bottom of your screen, I formation. And this time Drumgo follows blocking on the left side, puts the head down and gets the first down up at the 40.
Yeah, nice job again, staying patient through the hole. That was O'Neal on the tackle. And, you take what the defense gives you. This is what Caravel likes to do. Tick, 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 tick,
yeah.
tick. Wearing you down, wearing you down. This is what we saw in the Milford game. They did a very similar thing. It was 14-0 at halftime. Then all of a sudden you were gassed. Some negative things happened. The next thing you know, they scored 30 points. 2
of the last 3 running plays, by the way, Pat, have come to the left side. Remember, they were predominantly going right side, and now they go back right side. Drumgo squirts through there. I don't know how he got away from the initial line of scrimmage, but he gets a first down just across midfield.
That was a heck of a tackle there by Jimmy Garrett. Throw it now. He felt it. He definitely paid for it.
Oh, yeah. Is that him down?
That's a big boy that he threw the shoulder into. Those legs coming at that speed, and Garrett's not the biggest guy in the world. Definitely did some damage, but that was a touchdown save and tackle by him.
Yeah, he's down, and we saw him hobbling a little bit earlier in the game. Boy, Drumgo has some great acceleration because he hit that hole and you kind of lost him in a sea of white, and all of a sudden he just comes accelerating out of that pile and got the 10 yards before Garrett's tackle. Now Garrett walking off. Hopefully he's okay. So 2 of your offensive and defensive starters banged up already early in this game, and they're key players.
Absolutely, Glenn. And, again, it's week 10 against a non-divisional opponent. Decisions here for St. E's. I was told here that we want to give a shout-out to the chain crew. There is a man down there that I'm very familiar with. To your far right, it's my father, Mark Garianis. And the rest of the crew down there, I think Mr. Shields, a couple other gentlemen I don't think I've ever met, but shout out to them, getting the job done.
First down play at midfield. Drumgo right up the middle, got about 3, maybe 4 yards. Keeping the clock running up. There's 6:25 now to go opening half.
Yeah, this is a good job here from Caravel. You want to try and put together a second score. Even though they've technically dominated this game, it's only 7-0, Glenn. So a back-breaking drive here is exactly what Caravel wants. St. E's obviously wants to try and get off the field and answer if they can.
Antonio is the motion receiver, comes back in the opposite direction to Drumgo. He shakes off one defender from behind and will get inside the Viking 45, about the 44-yard line.
It's Green again making a play. And I'll tell you what, you're starting to figure out why, Glenn, they were attacking the right side of the field, because Green seems to be lining up on the left side, and he's been making the plays whenever they've run over this way.
Oh, adjustment made by the Buccaneers. Third down and about a long 4 here. They are in St. Elizabeth's territory with a 7-0 advantage. They scored on their first drive. Gives to Drumgo. He spins away from a defender at the line of scrimmage. I don't think he got the first down as he's shy of the 40.
Yeah, he looks short. He was stunned right there after about a yard gain. O'Neal was the guy that kind of grabbed him, and then as he fell forward, he was able to trip up. But, yeah, 4th and short. And this looks to be 4-down territory here, Glenn.
Two-yard pickup. So, yeah, it's 4th and about 3. The ball is just inside the St. E's 42-yard line. And to get a first down, they need to get inside the 39. 4:50 to go, opening half.
My brother just texted me, Mr. Schiavone and Mr. Baker, the last two on the chain crew.
Drumgo avoids a defender in the backfield, but he stopped shy of the first down. He didn't get to the 40.
What a job there from St. E's. Shot out of a cannon. They knew where the ball was going, but you still got to execute the play. That's a big-time turn of events, Glenn. Just when you think Caravel's about to put their foot on St. E's throat, big-time stop, and let's see if the offense can get something going now.
How about that? Good stop. And let me give credit that time to Gavin Andrews and Stephen Goodman as they got in there and slowed down Drumgo. So a turnover on downs. And St. Elizabeth has about 4.5 minutes to work with here in the first half to try to get on the board.
Again, Benson, Seamer, they like to call him. He's over there on the sideline. Obviously, that ankle is not feeling right.
Give it to the motion receiver. Shifts his field of motion and stiff arms a defender to get about 6 yards on first down. Good carry by number 6, Andrews, who just previously made a good defensive stop.
Yes, and it was a great job there from Andrews. And I tell you what, he was one tackle away from turning that into a big, big gain. But nonetheless, 5 yards on first down, that's what you want if you're the St. E's offense.
Trout, split to the bottom of your screen. Downs behind quarterback. Smick. Andrews in motion, far side. He gets the football, slashes it, breaks a tackle, gets to midfield. Looks like just shy of the first down. Nice shifty running that time.
Yeah, it looks like Kasim Benson's been sharing some of his moves with his teammates right there. That was a really shifty move by Andrews on the cut up there. He turned what could have been maybe only a 2-yard gain into a 4-yard gain, setting up 3rd and 1.
Yep, right at midfield, 3rd down and 1, under 3.5 to go here in this opening half.
You see assistant coach Craig Napier on the sidelines imploring his guys, come on now, hey, we can come up with an answer here. You're back in this game.
Trout, split to the top of your screen. Andrews in a slot alongside of him. Andrews in motion. They give it to him. Looking for a hole. Has the first down. He's into Caravel territory, and he gets down to the 44-yard line for the first down.
Great job by Andrews right there. And I'll tell you what, you got to give credit to St. E's up front. They're starting to create some holes in this running game and giving some running lanes to Andrews and these guys in the backfield. He wasn't touched for the first 5 yards of that carry, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're St. E's, if not finishing this drive off, but going into the second half.
I like what they're doing with him, too. They run him in motion. He gets circles deep behind the quarterback so he can find the hole, and then he accelerates. Receivers to both sides of the field. Andrews in motion again. This time it's a quick hitter up the middle to Downs. He fumbled the football, and I think the Bucs got it.
Wow.
Right at midfield, and coming up with the fumble recovery is Carmen.
What a momentum killer. And that's big for Caravel because I'll tell you what, they were on their heels. I'm not sure the mesh point wasn't right there. It couldn't quite get that to Downs. That's a hurtful one. Caravel taking over right at midfield.
We have 2:32 to go in this first half. I'm Glenn Frazier. He's Pat Gariantes. On camera tonight, Nick Halliday. Pretty nice night here on November 11th, Veterans Day. Thursday night special here on Delaware Live. And so far, we've got a good football game here. Just a one-score difference, 7-0. Handoff right up the middle. Looks like Drum go straight ahead for about 4 yards.
Yeah, not much doing. Again, that St. E's defensive front has made the adjustments after that first drive. He does fall forward for 4 yards there, but they're starting to tighten some gaps for sure up front.
Double-digit carries already in the ball game for Drumgo. Wide receiver to the top of your screen. I formation. That's Wingo in motion. He stopped. Well, the fullback got it that time, and he was met right at the line, driven back, and then thrown down, and that might draw a penalty.
It was unnecessary by O'Neill. It's part of the physicality of the game. But the whistles were just about to be blown there. You very clearly stopped this forward momentum. There's really no need to shove them down there. That's going to put Caravel in a really good position now, Glenn.
Yep.
It was a great play. I mean,
yeah, it was.
It was Green, O'Neill. They stuffed that thing. It was going to be maybe a 1-yard loss. You were driving the kid back. There's really no need to do that at the end. Let's see if Caravel can, convert on this now.
Yeah, they're at the 30-yard line. Just under 2 minutes to go in the half. Alwerda under center. Turns, gives it. No, he's back to pass. He's hit as he releases. Throws downfield looking for Wingo, and it's broken up. Broken up nicely by Trout.
Great job by Trout. He really recovered there, used his length to knock that ball away. I'll tell you what, Alwerda really got popped on that one. Downs was coming through. He hit him right in the ribs. Looked like some whiplash happened. Good to see he got up from that one. That was a pretty wicked hit.
Nice discipline from the sophomore to hang in there till the last second. Knew he was going to get hit and released the ball.
I'm impressed with him, Glenn. And I'm telling you what, his play fakes are some of the best I've ever seen.
That was a good one there. Wingo in motion. They bring it this side of the field to Drumgo. He turns the corner. He got a great block downfield, and he's in the end zone.
Touchdown. Drumgo did a great job, like you said. They sealed the edge beautifully with the blocks, pulling guard, crackdown block, and he was untouched. There was just no one catching him. As soon as he got to the outside, that second level was not going to be able to catch him. That's a big score for Caravel, taking advantage of the turnover.
The fumble. And once he got the edge, I didn't see who that was. Somebody really laid a nice block downfield for him.
I think that was number 55, if I'm not mistaken, which is, I want to say that's Jordan Miller, but I'm not sure.
Point after attempt is up and good by the sophomore Keld. We got a timeout on the field, 1:34 to go in the first half. We'll be right back after this short break on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution. We are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
Back here at Abessinio Stadium, Glenn Fraser alongside Pat Gariantes, and we just saw Caravel take full advantage of a turnover around midfield. They got the ball after St. Elizabeth had a nice little drive going, and they did it without their star running back, Quasim Benson. They did a good job with the wide receiver coming on the sweeps. But unfortunately, a little miscommunication, missed exchange, and it didn't take Caravel long, aided by an unsportsmanlike penalty, and they get a 30-yard touchdown run out of Drumgo. Good downfield block, though.
It was. Owen Robinson was number 55 in white, was the one able to get down there and take out the safety. But you're right, Glenn. I mean, St. E's was getting some things moving, and it just goes to show you got to pay attention every single play in this game because it could be the difference maker.
Good kickoff again, all the way down inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. That's Downs, tries to get to the far edge, and he will be tackled shy of the 20.
Never a good idea, Glenn, to get east and west on a kick return. That's one thing that we were taught growing up. You want to get north and south there. Once you started trying to string that out to the sideline, it was going to be bad news.
So we're going to credit Robinson with a great block downfield. allowing Drumgo to go to his final 15, 20 yards for the touchdown. 14-0, 1:28 to go here in this opening half. It'll be interesting to see what the Vikings want to do here. And will also be interesting to see whether Quasim Benson will come out and play the second half.
Yes, that will definitely be interesting. I don't see him out there again.
Schmick under center. Turns. Gives the ball out of the backfield to Andrews again. He slipped trying to make his cutback, and he'll go down for, I don't think there'll be any gain there at all.
Yeah, this is not much doing on that one. And there's Robinson again, number 55. He comes around and makes a big defensive play right there. And there's timeout Caravel. So now Caravel's smelling blood in the water, Glenn.
Yeah, with 1:11 to go in the half, they're going to use their first timeout of the half. We're going to keep it right here with the score 14-0 in favor of the Caravel Buccaneers, looking to go 9-1 in the regular season. St. Elizabeth's one of only 4 teams left unbeaten in the state. The other 3 are all in 2A, Woodbridge, DMA, and Archmere. And will you be there tomorrow night for that one, DMA and Archmere?
I will not. I will not be able to make that one, but I will definitely be tuning in to check that one out, Glenn. Those 2 teams have had tremendous seasons all year. Obviously, we got to talk to DMA and Archmere last night. They both seem to be really poised and ready to go for the game tomorrow. The Hawks, they just year in and year out, they're one of those teams that, you know, you may not expect much from, but you're a fool if you don't.
Yeah.
And they end up proving you that they're ready to go and one of the top teams in the state. They just continuously are. And DMA has started to assert themselves in the last 5, 6, 7 years or so.
Both teams going into that game 9-0.
Like Coach Nick Lincoln said yesterday, this would be the first time in school history DMA would be undefeated. They've had 2 or 3 other 9-1 seasons. So
how about that?
We'll see if they can do it.
Woodbridge, the other undefeated team, and they'll be right here tomorrow night. They take on Howard on this field.
How about that, Coach Marvin Dooley? He's really done a great job down there and continued the legacy of that program. I'm excited to see what that one turns out and what Woodbridge is able to do come playoff time.
And speaking of Coach Dooley, he was the St. Elizabeth's coach last year.
He was. He had a couple-year tenure. He was football coach, athletic director.
Mike Lemon, of course, the head coach now. An assistant for a few years under maybe the most successful head coach in St. Elizabeth's history, Hempel.
That's right.
And he also, I think he was head coach at Del Castle with the Cougars for a few years.
That's correct, yeah. I played under Coach Lemon and Coach Hempel when I was in high school, and then I coached with Lemon over at Del Castle. He's a good offensive mind. He really is. He does know his schemes.
Second down and long. Andrews gets it again, slowed down in the backfield, put his head down. That was almost a helmet-to-helmet collision.
And Drumgo looks to be down on this one. I'll tell you what, though. I mean, Caravel is just breaking through this line like it's nothing right now. But that's obviously a minor concern when you see number 3 down there for Caravel.
Oh, yeah, and he's still down.
He is in some pain. And, you know, when I see this, I think potentially shoulder, stinger. I'm not sure.
The other thing I think of is maybe a hit in the breadbasket.
He can't quite catch his breath.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's what it is, because that's usually a minor thing.
Yeah.
If, you get the wind knocked
out. You don't want to see any of these kids getting hurt at any point in the season, Pat, but especially at the end of the season, headed into the playoffs.
Absolutely, Glenn. And like we've talked about, obviously there's a lot of pride, and you're a competitor. You're showing up week in and week out, giving it your all. But you're not going to see each other. You're in different divisions come playoff time. Like you said, the last thing you want to see is someone get banged up in what will, I wouldn't say meaningless, but, I mean, these teams have sealed up their playoff positioning already.
Drumgo looked to be okay walking off the field, so maybe that was a hit in the stomach area or possibly a little bit south of that.
Yeah.
That'll double you up.
It will. And the fact that he's up and walking off under his own power may lead to think that. It's good to see him up off his feet now.
Down on the field, third down and
11.
Yep, 3rd and 11. So St. Elizabeth, clock running now. Caravel they did stop it, I guess, because they're down to 1 timeout, but the clock's running. Under 50 seconds to go here in this first half. 14-0. Caravel on top of St. Elizabeth's.
St. E should not be in any hurry here.
No. And they have been pretty much without their star running back, Wasim Benson, this entire half. Oh, he fumbled the snap. I think Caravel jumped on it.
Caravel did jump on it.
Schmick's trying to get it back. Is that simultaneous possession? They're still fighting it over. The officials need to blow the whistle.
Gotta blow the whistle. I don't be sitting there watching. I'm not sure what the reasoning there is. I mean, it looked like Caravel fell on it. And
Caravel ball.
And Schmick looked like he was trying to take it away.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that is not what you wanted if you're a Viking fan right there.
Stop the clock with 15 seconds to go in the half.
Because you're running the clock down. You're going to run the ball to keep it moving, force Caravel to give it time. And then you're going to punt and flip the field. That turnover just gave Caravel, they're in scoring position.
Yes.
Right now.
Well, Schmick was backpedaling, and he couldn't quite get a hold of the ball, so his momentum was going backwards. It was tough for him to try to recover and get the ball back.
Got to take it. This is what hurt St. E's against Indian River, turnovers. Right? Turnovers forced the touchdown the last possession.
Right.
And now here, Caravel's already in a threatening spot of the field.
The last turnover happened in midfield. This one deep in St. E's territory.
Nightmarish scenario.
Well, now's when you see what your players are made of. Caravel breaks from the huddle.
Drumgo is back in, so that's good to see.
Yep, he's right back in there. They're pistol formation. And St. E's wants a timeout.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've seen I formation this whole entire game. All of a sudden they spread the field. You want to make sure you're getting lined up correctly and there's not going to be any breakdowns in your secondary.
You're certainly right there. We're going to keep it right here during this timeout because we're almost to halftime. They put some time back on the clock too, Pat. It was 15 seconds. Now the stadium clock reads 22 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, it should. I mean, that play should have been blown dead, I feel like, a lot sooner than it was. So they got that call right. But, yeah, I mean, this is a big spot here, Glenn. Caravel puts a score up here. They are really in control of this football game. And if St. E's is able to get a stop, they're able to weather another turnover and carry some momentum into the second half. I think Caravel will take the ball out of half, though. So this is even a bigger opportunity for Caravel. They can score here and then get the ball coming out of half without St. E's even touching it.
Looks like we had there's some other playoff action going on in different sports around the state today. And, well, we had some really great soccer action in the opening round. Several games decided by penalty kicks.
That's what you like to see. Last year, obviously, the state championship game was decided on PKs. Appel with the upset of Salesianum.
Huerta throws in the end zone, and it almost looked like the receiver became a defender as he batted the ball away.
He absolutely did have to become a defender. That was tremendous coverage by Andrews. He stayed true to his positioning. And I'll tell you what, if that receiver doesn't knock the ball away.
That was Hamlin.
If Hamlin doesn't step, Trey Hamlin doesn't step up and knock that ball away, St. E's could be going the other way.
Only 3 seconds ticked off the clock, so 19 seconds to go in the half. Second down and 10.
Well, that was that. You can see right here, coach is not taking any more risks. Back to the I formation. Let's run the football.
Pitch out to Drumgo. They're trying to sweep to the near side. Waits for the blocking to develop at the 10. He's down inside the 5, and he got out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah, smart job by Drumgo. You're setting yourself up now. They do have a timeout left. With 12 seconds, they can even run the ball up the middle here if they want. Try and sneak in. You're going to have 2 plays from the 5-yard line to get in.
Yeah, and plus they can get a first down. They only need about 3 or 4 yards to get a first down. The ball at the Viking 5-yard line. Third down, and it appears to be about 3. Looks like they need to get just inside the 2 for the first.
Yep, that's what it looks to be.
Yeah, back to the I formation. Antonio in motion. It's again good ankle tackle made. Brought him down short of the goal line. Might have a first down, but that's a moot point.
That was Downs coming through and making the tackle. What a job by Mikey Downs. And there's the last time out by Caravel. 7 seconds left. And that forces now, like you said, Glenn, he didn't get the first down. So now it's 4th down.
Yeah, 4th and a yard just inside the 3-yard line.
And that's the last time out. So this more than likely it's going to be the last play.
Make a break right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. St. Elizabeth's Vikings coming in here undefeated.
It's been a great season. I mean, this has been, the Vikings haven't been in the playoffs since that 2012 season, as that you alluded to last night, Glenn, with Andre Patton on that squad. It's been a long time coming, and I couldn't tell you the last time St. E's went undefeated. It might have been either that 94 or that 96 championship team, but a tremendous accomplishment from this program that's looking to rebuild and reestablish itself.
All right, here we go with a big fourth down play.
We'll see if they can come up with a stop here.
Motion back is Antonio to the far side. They do a jump pass over the middle, and almost a great one-handed catch made, but a little bit too high for the receiver and incomplete. That was intended for Carmen.
And that was fourth down, so St. E's will survive there, Glenn. How about that little pop pass? It was open.
Yeah, a little Tim Tebow job.
Yep, and he couldn't quite connect.
So the big turnover down deep in their own end. They avert disaster, giving up another score, the Vikings do. Caravel can't cash in there, but it appears, unless we see a crazy play here on the last play of the half, that the Buccaneers are going to have a 2-touchdown advantage into the locker room.
Well, with the way this offense has been moving the last couple of possessions here, I think a knee would suffice if I'm St. E's.
Quarterback Smith, he just took it himself and he was knocked back.
He took the knee and he was hit. Now, typically when a knee happens,
his knee touched.
They stop. They don't allow them to rush, especially if the coach communicates that, hey, we're taking a knee here, because they don't want that happening where you take an unnecessary hit.
The officials are looking around.
Well, the clock didn't start, Glenn. The clock still hasn't started. It's a mess right now. I'm not sure what's going on down there.
Looks like they're just going to send them off to the locker room, and that's the end of the first half. So the score is Caravel 14 and St. Elizabeth's nothing. And we'll be back a little bit later on here during halftime. We'll have some stats for you and the scoring plays. We'll do all that when we come back here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy,
but have you tried Premier?
How you doing? My name's Mike Cassidy. I'm the founder and president of Cassidy Painting. I started back in 1984, incorporated in 1986. I never had the word no in my vocabulary. When someone called me to do a job, I always said yes. Whether it was a struggle, whether it was 7 days a week, sun up to sundown, it didn't matter. And with that philosophy, we were able to grow to the size we are. We employ close to 80 individuals.
We really enjoy being in the family business. I look forward to coming to work every day, and it's so nice to work with the people that we work with in the office. We've really become a family with them. We really create a family experience around here.
Cassidy Painting is a very diversified company. We don't say no to anything. We deal with everything from epoxy floors to painting buildings to spray foam insulation, spray fireproofing. If it deals with a coating, we can handle it. So when our customers call and they're under the gun and they know the need to get a job done, they know who to call because we perform. We've always been performed. We've never been replaced out of 37 years of business. For any of your painting needs, we can handle it.
We all know that choosing the right company for home preservation can be challenging. Your home is your castle, and only the best and most trusted will work, right? Of course. So why is Ace Handyman Services different and the right choice? We take great pride in our easy, no-hassle scheduling and communication process. You call, we answer, and we listen. Or take advantage of online booking 24/7. Once we understand your home needs, we schedule a craftsman to arrive at a convenient time for you. You then receive a pre-call the night before from your craftsman. On my way text notification so you know when to expect your craftsman to arrive. Regular updates on the progress of your job. Even follow-up prior to any warranty expiration dates. Easy, convenient, no surprises, ever. Our commitment is to treat your home, your family, your time, and your privacy with respect. Rest assured, you are always our top priority. Our multi-skilled craftsmen will complete the work on your home in a workmanlike manner. If we don't, we'll come back to make it right. It's what we do and have been since 1998. Simply put, we're different. Ace Handyman Services, bringing helpful to your home.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway, Blue Coast features indoor and outdoor dining and serves beautiful, simple food that highlights the flavors of Southern Delaware. With chef-inspired daily specials, an award-winning wine list, and an extensive list of craft cocktails and local beer, Blue Coast is the perfect spot for a night out. Blue Coast Seafood Grill in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round for lunch and dinner. See you soon.
High school athletics is not what it used to be. The sporting goods industry has been disrupted, adding to coach and athletic director daily challenges. BSN Sports stands ready to change the fundamentals of our industry, giving our customers the advantages they need right now. Your dedicated local sales pro is supported with nationwide team service, including sport and category experts. Get the look of D1 colleges and pro teams with our program that streamlines ordering your staff apparel, player gear, and fanwear. Stretch your budget with our fundraising solution. Free and ready in minutes. Our campus branding products are perfect for boosting school and team pride. BSN Sports has the advantages you need right now.
Whether you're planning to buy a home in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, let me walk you through the process from start to finish and get your questions answered. I'm a DHSA lender with down payment assistance programs or grant money. I can help those with less than perfect credit or those working on their credit. I'm also local and always have been. So call 302-563-5599 or visit bryans.loans.com when you are ready to get started on your road to homeownership.
Hi, it's Scott and Lauren from Sodell Concepts.
And today we're at Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Catch 54 is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine overlooking the bay. House favorites include signature crab cakes, shrimp and grits, our famous 54 burger, all accompanied by a Wine Spectator wine list and a great selection of craft ales and cocktails. Catch 54 offers delicious nightly specials, award-winning waterfront dining views, and the best happy hour in town.
Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week.
See you soon.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health screen craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
High Five Hospitality was founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise concept to Delaware. They now operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings, 6 locations throughout Delaware, and 2 locations in Maryland. B-Dubs has weekly and game day specials on their delicious food and beverages. Stop in one of their convenient locations today. The Stone Balloon Ale House features a unique blend of crafted food and an array of spirits, all flavored with a dash of nostalgia. Our culinary mantra is comfort food playfully reimagined, and we prepare seasonal favorites that strive to please the palate and resurface a memory. Limestone Barbecue, from our mouth-watering Texas-style brisket, fall-off-the-bone chicken, and St. Louis ribs. Southern-style sides, mac and cheese, baked beans, cornbread, sweet tea, and our homemade pickles. Be prepared as your bread will be your napkin. Yup, we are that kind of barbecue. Expectation. You'll have a tough time choosing between our exclusive dishes to help get you through the day. French toast, French crepes, Belgian waffles, and of course, our famous Eggs Benedict. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is a perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy.
But have you tried Premier?
How you doing? My name's Mike Cassidy. I'm the founder and president of Cassidy Painting. I started back in 1984, incorporated in 1986. I never had the word no in my vocabulary. When someone called me to do a job, I always said yes, whether it was a struggle, whether it was 7 days a week, sun up to sundown, it didn't matter. And with that philosophy, we were able to grow to the size we are. We employ close to 80 individuals.
We really enjoy being in the family business. I look forward to coming to work every day, and it's so nice to work with the people that we work with in the office. We've really become a family with them. We really create a family experience around here.
And Cassidy Painting is a very diversified company. We don't say no to anything. We deal with everything from epoxy floors to painting buildings to spray foam insulation, spray fireproofing. If it deals with a coating, we can handle it. So when our customers call and they're under the gun and they know the need to get a job done, they know who to call because we perform. We've always been performed. We've never been replaced out of 37 years of business. For any of your painting needs, we can handle it.
Welcome back to halftime here at Abessinio Stadium in Wilmington, Delaware. I'm Glenn Fraser alongside Pat Gariantes, Nick Halliday running our cameras here tonight. A lot of running in the first half, and that's what we have when we take a look at our stats. Are the stats brought to you by BSN Sports? If not, they should be.
Ace Handyman.
The Ace Handyman. Hey, we love all our sponsors, by the way.
My friend.
And we hope that you love them, too. All right, let's start with the big guy, number 3 for Caravel Academy. 22 carries in the first half for 111 yards and that 30-yard touchdown. Craig Miller ran the ball 3 times for 14 yards. Quarterback Alwerda had the one run, the quarterback keeper on 4th down for the 1-yard touchdown. And he has connected on 1 out of 7 passes for 15 yards. So unofficially, 141 yards of offense for Caravel. 100 yards less for St. Elizabeth's. Wasim Benson led the way, and normally he's number 3, but tonight he was wearing number 8. You could tell he was hobbled to start the game. He only ran the ball 4 times, and he has sat out the entire second quarter. He did gain 23 yards, though, and that's the largest amount for any of the ball carriers for the Vikings. 1 run, 5 yards for character. Smick's been sacked twice for minus 13 yards. Andrews has 6 carries for 16 yards, and Downs has 3 carries for 10. Smick 0 for 3 passing. So no passing yardage, 54 on the ground, and then you have to take away the 13 yards on the sacks. 41 total yards for St. Elizabeth, whose defense was on the field a lot in the first half, Pat. They came up with a lot of big stops, but they couldn't overcome 2 turnovers. They did get the 1 stop late in the half, thanks to the clock running out on them. But the 1 turnover at midfield led to the 30-yard touchdown run by Drumgo. And I think that's a big difference in the game because Caravel marched right down the field the first time they had the ball scored, and really it's been a defensive battle since then.
It absolutely has. And the difference has been Kasim Benson being hobbled and not really being able to play up to what we're used to seeing from this kid, as we talked about. Over 1,500 yards rushing this year, 26 rushing touchdowns. To add on top of that, he does have 2 receiving touchdowns and a defensive touchdown. So he's got 30 total touchdowns for this team.
Right.
You're taking that out of your offense. It's going to be hard to move the football. And that's what you're kind of seeing. Also, the strategic comes into play a little bit with the playoffs around the corner. Do you want to risk further injuring that ankle before playoff time? That's a decision St. E's going to have to make. But to your point, their defense has stepped up to the challenge here tonight.
They certainly have.
This Caravel offense is no joke. And especially Drumco is a load. He is one of the toughest running backs to bring down in the state. And they've held their own. And aside from the turnover, like you said, it's maybe only a 7-0 game with the opening drive being the difference maker.
Let's give credit to the offensive line, too, for Caravel. They're doing a really good job getting Drumgo about 4 or 5 yards per carry, and that's Chase Armstrong, Owen Robinson, who, by the way, was the downfield blocker that released Drumgo on that 30-yard touchdown run. A.J. Smith, Xavion Tuck, Priest Jones, Carmen up there blocking as well. Good job by that front of the Caravel offensive line. They're doing a great job here tonight in the ball game. And also keep in mind, too, you were talking about, maybe whatever it is that's wrong with Benson, maybe sit him out the rest of this game because they're going to have 2 weeks before they have to play again.
Well, that's it. And, these ankles are – I'm just speculating what it could be. I'm assuming it's an ankle. He's got the ankle taped up. You can further injure that thing. You get that – you roll it again when it's already sprained. You're now talking about a 4 to 6 week injury instead of, him bouncing back ready to go in 2 weeks. So, yeah, I mean, it's a decision that Coach Lemon and his staff have to make. We'll see what they do coming out of the second half. I know it's Marty Sheehan. I saw that they're the Delaware Sports Debate guys.
They do a great job.
It on Twitter. They do a great job. And he brings up a good point about, this game. I hate to say that it's for nothing because you're going for an undefeated season. But what's more important is the playoff time, and you want to make sure that he's healthy. I agree with Marty on that.
Now, a moment ago I said the 1A playoffs don't start next weekend. They start the weekend after that. So 2 weeks. Actually, if you really think about it, St. Elizabeth is going to get a very favorable draw in the first round. They're probably going to get a team that they could beat without Benson. So you might theoretically rest him up for the next 3 weeks before he needs to really play.
You're right. I mean, that could be the case. That they've handled everyone on their schedule with the exception of Indian River and now this game. So that's a good point. They've had a lot of running clocks this year.
All right, we're ready to start the second half. Caravel will get the ball first. Little squib kick down the center of the field. It's going to be picked up at the 28-yard line. And running out across the 40 is Craig Miller, sophomore fullback.
Yeah, sophomore.
Yeah.
I mean, you see a lot of youth here for this Caravel group. They're an up-and-rising program. I mean, they've historically been a great program, but this particular team, a lot of young, great talent here.
The program has 4 state titles to their credit. Starting in 1989, they went back-to-back, winning again in 1990. Next title was in 2005, and the last one was in 2012.
It was Coach Larry Silk back in the day, if I'm not mistaken there, Glenn.
Pitch out, run the sweep, near side with Drumgo. Following blocking, turns the corner at midfield. Down the sideline he goes, has to slow up, cut back, and he's gang tackled, but not before he gets all the way down to the 25-yard line of the Vikings.
What a job by that offensive line. Just really creating the edge, setting the edge. St. East came up. They challenged the blocks, but they're a little slightly undersized compared to that Caravel offensive front. Size took advantage of that, and Drumgo knew what to do with the green grass in front of him.
We did a good job to stay in bounds down the sideline. There wasn't a lot of room between him getting out of bounds and the defenders coming down trying to knock him out. A gain of about 34 yards on first down, the longest run of the football game. Drumgo gets it again, this time left side. He dives into the pile. He might have gotten a yard.
Good job by the St. East front. It created a pile up front. He had to leave his feet to try and get something going. And they were able to bring him down, obviously, for that one. But, Glenn, this is something that we saw same score at halftime last week for Caravel, and then they just completely asserted their will in the second half. Let's see if all those runs to Drumgo, all those ground and pound efforts lead to an expansion in the second half here.
Back to pass, pressure coming blindside, hits his receiver down inside the 15 and gang tackled inside the 10-yard line, still on his feet. And finally going down is the tight end, Carmen.
Again, a big-time hit, Downs on Huerta. He stood in there. He took the hit. He delivered an accurate pass. I'm impressed with this young man and his throwing ability. He's been a little bit off here tonight, but that one, he was back on target. Big-time first down play.
So 2 plays, and Caravel matriculates downfield from their own 41 down inside the 10.
Tremendous word. That's is that Hank Stram? I think that's who said that.
Kansas
originally.
City Chiefs, baby.
Yeah.
Pitch out, drum go, sweep. Nearsa ran into his own blocker, then tackled from behind for no gain. And getting in there again, guess who? Benjamin Jackson, junior linebacker.
Great job by Jackson coming up, filling a hole. I'll tell you what, the St. E's defense is fearless. That's the word that I would choose to use for them. Whether they're undersized, whether they may be a little bit slower than their opponent, it doesn't matter. They're not scared, and that is 75% of the battle, Glenn, in this sport, is being fearless.
Yard loss there, so second down from the 9. Huerta throws it on the slant pattern, has his man complete. Oh, he dropped the ball. I thought he was going to get a touchdown there.
A little bit behind, couldn't quite connect. But again, Huerta, I like what Coach is doing, allowing him to mix in some throws now and then. And again, only a sophomore. Another great sophomore for them. They're going to have a really good dual threat offense in the coming years with this young man.
Pass was intended for another sophomore, Jordan Miller. 2 receivers, both sides of the field. Pistol formation again.
They jumped.
And now, yep, there's a penalty flag before Drumgo can really take the ball and do anything with it.
And it looked like the Bucks flinched a little bit, and they do. They call it on Caravel.
So that'll back them up to the 14-yard line of the Vikings. Just underway here in the third quarter, 9:43 to go in the third, 14-0 Caravel. And should Caravel hold on to this lead and get the win, that means both of these teams would complete a regular season with fine 9-1 records.
Yeah, I mean, they've gotten it done all season long.
2 receivers, both sides of the field. Huerta drops back to pass, blindside pressure again, tries to set up a screen to Drumgo, but he's the only guy there. There's no blockers. Never mind, he don't need them. Touchdown.
Nice job, wonderfully done. The defensive front there, that's the first time we've seen a screen. And St. E's came rushing into the quarterback. There was no one in that second level. And it was, like you said, untouched to the end zone. A lot of times, as a defensive line, if it's that easy, there's a reason. There's a reason for it. That's a really great call by Caravel down in that area. What a time for that.
Extra point attempt. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field, 9:37 to go, third quarter. It's now Caravel 21 and St. Elizabeth's nothing. We'll be back after this short break on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
6-play drive to open the third quarter for Caravel and extend their lead to 21-0. And that's a unique screenplay because there was no blocking out in front.
No.
Just lofted over the defense. There's Drumgo, and he didn't need any blocking. It wasn't anybody close to him.
No, and you're right. I mean, it wasn't particularly the way you would want to draw it up, but it worked. They caught St. E's in a zero blitz, and, I mean, that's just the perfect play call for Caravel.
Kick end over end. Downs will take it down at the 5-yard line, up to the 10, 20. Spun around, backpedaling, trying to get to the 25. Well, looks like he might have gotten to the 25-yard line. Vikings will have it there, and we'll check and see if we see the return of Wasim Benson. And I think we both agreed that we will not see him in the second half.
No, and you know what? It's probably a good call for St. E's. And maybe if this game script was a little bit different, maybe this is a one-possession game, you'd see him try to gut it out. But, you know, I think this is a good call. Get yourself prepared for the playoffs. Get these other guys an opportunity in a different role, just in case. I mean, you never know. At any given moment, something can happen. So you got to make sure some guys are prepared. And it's against a quality opponent.
Definitely.
So
one of the better teams in the class above them in 2A.
Right.
Schmick under center.
Reverse.
Yep. And trying to spin away from people is the wide receiver, Andrews, the sophomore. No gain on the play.
Yeah, a little trickeration. You know, again, Coach Lemon, you got to be careful here, too. Some teams are going to see this tape. You don't want to show too much going into a playoffs now.
I'm trying to look with my binoculars, field glass, see if I see Benson along the far sideline. At the moment, I don't.
Yeah, I can't quite see him.
He's definitely not out on the field. I formation, Smick under center.
Here he is. He's coming out. He's over on the track to the left, Glenn. Limping
Play action, back to pass. Pressure's coming. Smick's being charged, and he is going to be dropped. Sacked all the way back near the 10-yard line. They're going to mark his forward progress at the 11.
Got to get rid of that football there. You're rolling back. Clearly the defense is going to get to you. You got to try and throw that thing towards the sideline and hope there's a receiver over there. And knowing this offense, there would have been. So that's a tough one.
Yeah. He was sacked twice in the first half for minus 13 yards. There's a sack there for another 13, so 3 sacks and negative 26 yards.
Benson and Jimmy Garrett have just come out of the locker room hobbling, so they look to both be out for the remainder of the game for St. East.
Okay.
And you see Benson at the 50, again, severely hobbled.
3rd down, and as old Dandy Don on Monday Night Football would say, a whole bunch. Smick, quick pass, far sideline, and dropped, incomplete.
Was looking for Trout, a little bit behind him, and Trout couldn't hold that one in. Looked like he was going to try and catch that turn upfield. Couldn't quite complete that.
So they're going to have to punt from deep in their own end with 7:48 to go in the 3rd. Antonio back to receive the punt. Standing on the St. East side of midfield. Is that Caden Harris, the punter?
That is Caden Harris, correct.
Standing in his end zone.
The freshman.
Takes the snap. Just got it off. A lot of pressure was coming. And picked up on a bounce by Antonio at the 30, and he'll get it all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Great job by Antonio, right? And no one's in front of him. Go field that thing on the clean hop. Get yourself some extra yardage. Caravel once again in great position here to add on.
Short field for them. They're going to start this drive from the Vikings' 18-yard line. Last drive, 6 plays, evenly split. 3 running plays and 3 passing plays. And Huerta connected twice in that drive.
Yeah, and again, I think he's got some opportunity to make some things happen through the air again. Drumgo in the backfield. We'll see how much longer he's in.
Give it off to him, right side, breaks through the defense, still on his feet. He goes in the end zone, touchdown. That was a tough run there. 1 play, 18 yards, and now it is 27-0.
Yeah, putting their foot down on this game again. Looks very reminiscent of last week for Caravel. And Drumgo, we'll see if that one completes his night. I mean, they're well in control of this game, Caravel is.
Right, and like you said, with your two offensive starters, Benson and the wideout also out of there, and that's Jimmy Garrett. And not only are the offensive starters, they both play defensively. Extra point by Keld is up, and it's good. 7:30 to go, 3rd quarter. It's now 28-0 in favor of Caravel over St. Elizabeth. We'll be right back after this on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway, Blue Coast features indoor and outdoor dining and serves beautiful, simple food that highlights the flavors of Southern Delaware. With chef-inspired daily specials, an award-winning wine list, and an extensive list of craft cocktails and local beer, Blue Coast is the perfect spot for a night out. Blue Coast Seafood Grill in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round for lunch and dinner. See you soon.
We were really looking forward to this contest coming down the stretch here. We decided last week to do this game on Thursday night. I mean, had 2 teams with outstanding records, understanding that one is in 2A and one's in 1A. And we were looking forward to seeing Drumgo, him run the ball, and Benson run the ball for St. Elizabeth. Unfortunately, that's not going to unfold because I guess Benson was hobbled early in the game. If not, it must have been something that happened during the week, but he's been shut down for the rest of the game. There's the kickoff into the end zone, automatic touchback.
Yeah.
Vikings will have it at the 20, and it makes it pretty tough. You mentioned it earlier. He scored a total of 30 touchdowns on the season, and when you take that out of your arsenal, you're taking about 80% of your offense away.
Without a doubt, and it's a smart strategic call for the Vikings. And I seen him come out of the halftime locker room. I mean, he is severely hobbled, and that ankle is definitely hurting him. You got the playoffs right around the corner here. I don't think there's really any reason to risk it. It's unfortunate for us. He tried to give it a go, and I do think that tackle on the far sideline in the first half, Glenn, kind of pushed it over the edge. They kind of realized the risk was,
too great.
Yeah, it was too great. Exactly.
Well, you could tell after that 13-yard run that he was off on the sidelines in front of his bench, and he just slammed his fist into the turf. He knew it was not good. There's the first down run and positive yards for the Vikings out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. They got about 3 there.
There's character on the run, and we'll see if they can continue there. And again, they also lost Jimmy Garrett, who is a key cog defensively and has made some plays for them offensively as well. Those guys, like you said, though, they do get a couple weeks off and before the playoff time, which is their focus, and rightfully so. And then for Caravel, I've been impressed with what I've seen from them.
Oh, yeah.
They've just continued to roll.
Smick under center. Give the ball on the wide receiver sweep again, but that time Caravel right there. No gain on that play.
Drumgo finishing that one off. Tell you what, that young man, he just flies around. Play after play.
I think that might have been character again. No gain there. Actually a loss of about 2 yards. Clock running down to 6:20 to go third quarter. You say St. Elizabeth's has 2 weeks because the 1A playoffs don't start for 2 weeks. 2A starts next week, except for the top 4 seeds.
Which Caravel should be one of them, correct, Glenn?
I don't know. It's going to be close.
Get our bunker expert on the horn.
Schmick back to pass. He steps up in the pocket, throws it downfield. Nice catch made up at midfield and into Caravel territory for a first down. That's Matt Trout.
Nice job, Smick. Good pocket presence, good pocket awareness. Steps up, delivers a throw on target, on time to Trout, who has done a great job out there at the receiver. Nice big target. Did a good job getting behind the defense, go up high point in that football. That's a good play.
Was a good play, good route by Trout. Of course, he has good height, too. He's like 6'4", so he makes a good target for Brett Smick. He delivered on the money. That's his first pass completion of the ball game. First down right in front of us at the Caravel 45. The running back just hit right at the line of scrimmage and driven back for no gain.
Yeah, just not much doing there. I mean, it could be to a point where most of this yards is going to have to come through the air if the Vikings want to try and move this ball into the end zone.
Well, a good job on the previous play of the offensive line blocking and opening up. They pushed the defense out to the edge, which allowed Smick to step up in the center of the field, and he had good vision downfield to connect on the pass.
Yeah, it created a natural pocket for him.
Right. But Caravel's defensive front has been stout against the run tonight. Second down at 10. Pass into the near flat, completed, but for a minimal gain, if anything.
What a job there. I believe that's Smith on the tackle, number 52. He just threw the receiver around like he was a rag doll.
That was Andrews on the reception. A gain of a yard. So it brings up third down and 9, as we're down to 4:25 now to go in the third. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think the last time we checked at the moment, now it all depends on what happens this weekend. At the moment, the 4 seeds in 2A, Woodbridge would be number 1. I believe that's what we had talked about because they stepped up in class a couple of times and got some additional bonus points. I believe Archmere DMA were 2 and 3, and 4 was Wilmington Friends. Pass into the far flat, kind of spun around a little bit, not able to bring that ball in. That was character.
Yeah, a little inaccurate on that one. Good opportunity, though. He had a lot of space to go pick up that first down. Just couldn't quite connect. 4th down and long coming.
4th down and 9. For the Vikings, they're at the Buccaneers' 44-yard line. Under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 28-0, Caravel on top. They scored on the opening drive, their opening drive of the first quarter, their opening drive of the third quarter. Recovered a fumble at midfield in the second quarter, turned that into points. And they just scored on the last drive after they were set up on a punt return that put them deep into St. Elizabeth's territory at the 18-yard line.
Let's see what Smick can do here through the air.
Pressure coming off the blind side. He rolls far side. Pressure over there, too. He spun around, and he just barely got rid of it, and he goes right in the turf.
That's what he had to do there. I mean, he was under duress for a while, and there didn't seem to be any receiver in the short area of the field there, Glenn. Everyone seemed to be going deep. I don't know if that was a designed rollout or not, but, Smick was kind of left out to dry there.
Good pressure by Craig Miller. Didn't allow him to really be able to wind up and put anything at all on that pass. So that's a turnover on downs. First down for Caravel. Their own 44-yard line with 3:48 to go in the third quarter.
Mitchell Butler had to run off the field. He seemed to, I don't know if he's cramping up or not for St. E's. The Vikings are going to want to get out of this game healthy if they can.
Exactly. Well, Huerta in the pistol. Handoff. Drum go. Ooh, no, that's Miller.
Wow, what a run by Miller.
Miller got a good blocking at the initial point of contact, and he gets all the way down inside the Viking 25-yard line.
Yeah, great job. He's a sophomore, so he's going to be the next drum go is what we're looking at. Great blocking, great speed. I mean, talk about explosiveness out of the backfield there. This Caravel program set up really nicely for not only the present but the future.
And we got official racing in to call timeout.
Not quite sure.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an official timeout. I'm not quite sure what has happened here. But
yeah, something's going on over on the far sideline by the St. Elizabeth's bench. Now, I'm looking at the scoreboard. I see both teams still with their full allotment of 3 timeouts in the half, so it wasn't called by the team.
Yeah, it was an official timeout. I don't know, maybe something was up with the chains. We highlighted the chain gang earlier in this game. Not quite sure what could have happened there, but whatever they did, they got it squared away, it looks like.
All right. Earlier on, while we were at halftime, we had a score in the first half of Laurel leading Delmar 7-0. That's another big game tonight that got moved.
That is, Glenn. Delmar, obviously, D2, getting hot at the right time. Laurel.
Huerta throws into the end zone looking for Wingo, and Wingo can't get it.
Wow. What a throw.
On the money. But the defender was back there and never turned around and looked at the ball. I was waiting to see if an official might throw a flag, but no flag there.
That was good coverage. Good coverage. Now that looks to be number 11 for St. E's, which is Sean Baker. He did a great job turning around, was in great position, made that a difficult catch for the receiver to make.
Brings up second down and 10. This time a handoff, and that's to Miller again. And he crashes inside the 20-yard line. Going to be down close to the 19, maybe the 18. Let's see where they mark it. No, 19-yard line. So he picked up almost 5 there. It's third down and manageable. And I think your comment earlier was correct. It looks like maybe Drumgo's night is complete because Miller's been getting the ball.
Well, and you know, it's a smart call by this Caravel coaching staff as well, right?
Throwing the near flat, looking for Wingo, picked off.
Wow.
Picked off at the 10, trying to get outside, and he is flung to the ground after the interception. And the INT made by Gavin Andrews, a sophomore, who read that pass and stepped right in front of it.
Great job by Andrews. Good field awareness. And That's second time we've seen a secondary member for St. E's break up on the football and undercut it. That one ended up working out for an interception. That's a good job. Hey, there's no quit in this Viking group. That's for sure.
First turnover of the game, other than a turnover on downs by Caravel. So here's an update on that Laurel Delmar score. They're at the half now with the Bulldogs on top, 14-9.
Oh, wow. Laurel obviously is kind of 1A, 1B with St. Elizabeth down there in that 1A conference. Indian River obviously is the clear-cut number 3, has played both of those teams really well. Tell you what, if Laurel gets a win there, though.
Oh, what a hit.
Man.
Oh, my goodness. Was that Miller? I think that was Craig Miller again.
It was 52.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that was a hit. I believe that's Smith.
A.J. Smith, the senior middle linebacker.
He came through, shot out of a cannon. Luckily, the running back's okay.
Right.
Wow.
Clock running with 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
That was a big-time hit.
So after the INT, they don't gain much on first down, and they paid for the 3 yards they lost. Second down and 13. Play action. Smith trying to pass, and he's –
wow.
I think he's –
Character caught
catch made. I thought it was picked off for a moment.
So did I.
I don't know how – first, I don't know how Smith got the ball off. That defender was draped on him.
Character comes up with the catch. He had Smith, who just decleated someone right bearing down on him. Phew.
Well, they picked up about 10 yards there, so it's going to be third down and 2. Ball out the 26-yard line. They give right up the middle and moving the pile, I believe, getting enough for the first down.
That is first down carry. And I believe we got a refrigerator Perry type situation. That was Stephen Goodman, number 56 on a carry. Big fella. Nice work.
Got to add a new name to the rushing stats chart.
That's right. Get him in the book.
Well, he gained about 4 yards there, got enough for the first down. Moves the chains after the INT. Andrews in motion. They gave it up the middle again. There's a fumble.
Wow.
Picked up on a bounce by Miller. Miller's going to go in for the score.
Wow. You just can't make this up. What a job. What a play. First of all on the hit. Second of all on the scoop. The scoop and score for Caravel.
Yep, that's Miller. He picked it up on a hop. It looked like to be around the 20, somewhere between the 20 and 25-yard line. And then he picked it up on a hop and stride, so he already had a good head of steam going.
Unbelievable.
And one turnover begets another. And now it's 34-0. And as you mentioned before, this is really starting to look like last week when you had Caravel and Milford. Kelt's point after attempt is on the way. It's good. Timeout on the field. 21 seconds to go in the third quarter. We're going to keep it right here because we're going to take a quarter break coming up. But what a turn of events here.
Yeah, it's, Caravel's asserting their will right now. And, St. E's is, I'm not sure if it's a little bit of looking ahead, or a little bit of, Mr. Benson isn't in the game. Let's get ready for the playoffs. But nonetheless, they have really picked it up here, Glenn. Caravel has, and St. E's is kind of slowed up.
Well, we get the running clock now with that extra point, which makes it 35-0. So we have come to the end of the third quarter play. We'll start the fourth quarter with a running clock. And we'll take a 30-second break. We'll be right back on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See us.
All right, back here to start the fourth quarter, and the official will crank up the clock, and we'll have a running clock unless St. Elizabeth's can get this deficit under 35 points. And once again, in case you joined us late, Quasim Benson was hobbled, it looked like, right at the beginning of the game. He only carried 4 times for 23 yards. The last carry was for 13 yards, and he went down hard along the far side of the field right in front of his own bench, and that was it. His night was done. I think that kick went out of bounds. It either went, yeah, it did go in the end zone. I didn't know whether it went over the pylon, into the end zone, or out of bounds, maybe at the 1, which would have been St. Elizabeth's luck tonight. But it went out of bounds, automatic touchback. St. E from their own 20-yard line.
And at this point, it's about getting out of here healthy if you're the Vikings. This game kind of got away from you. Obviously, Benson getting banged up early in this one really kind of changed the trajectory of this game. And honestly, it's for both teams. Trying to get out of here healthy is now the goal. I mean, this has pretty much been this outcome has been determined. Let's get some young guys some burn here in game number 10, and let's make sure that our key cogs are ready to go come playoff time.
Yeah, because we also saw Drumgo go down.
Yeah.
Fortunately for Caravel, it was only the one play, but it didn't look too good for a while.
I mean, here he is here right in front of us, and I mean, you want to talk about what kind of season he's had? Look at his helmet. He's got all the all the pride stickers you could want on there. Looking like a Buckeye.
Handoff. That appears to be Gavin Andrews, the sophomore, slashed off the left side, picked up a couple of yards.
Hey, Andrews is impressive, man. And he puts a little bit of weight on. He can definitely be a difference maker in the coming years for St. E's.
Yeah,
he's got good agility. Good
height, but only weighs 142 pounds according to the website.
Yeah.
Only a sophomore. As we mentioned, this is senior night for the Vikings, but if you take a look at the offense, Downs is a sophomore, Benson's a junior. Now they will graduate Smick.
Yep.
All the wideouts except for Trout will be back. And now down on the field, here's the second down play. Hand off to the fullback.
Big fella.
Yep. Spun around and got a couple yards up to the 25-yard line.
Big fella Goodman getting the carry. I love getting the big fella involved here, Glenn.
That's Benny Mitchell's game. He loves to see those big guys run the ball.
Big guy touchdown.
Well, let's look at the offensive line. You have your tight ends back, your right tackles back, your right guard, your left guard, and your left tackle. So you graduate offensively starters, your center, your quarterback, and a wideout. That's a pretty good nucleus to start next season with.
It definitely is. Now, I do got to say that the center quarterback has changed its importance.
That's pretty, yeah.
So they do need to find someone there. But you're right. I mean, St. E's does have a bright future as well. And, you know, you got some senior leadership to help you come playoff time. Oh, boy.
Trying to go up and get that ball was character. He couldn't quite bring that in. It's incomplete.
I think the eyes kind of came off the football, right? I mean, the throw was high, and he saw number 52 looming in the middle of the field. It can make you nervous, and rightfully so. Trust me. And I think that's what kind of dislodged that one.
Let's take a look at the starting defense for Caravel. They junior, sophomore, junior, senior along the front line. The senior, Keyshawn Drumgo. Linebackers, sophomore, freshman, sophomore, one senior, A.J. Smith. Defensive back, sophomore, junior, one senior, Dylan Knight. So a great nucleus coming back for Caravel. Both these teams are very young.
Yeah, and I mean that's again, not only are it's so crucial to be this good with this young of a team. It's good for both programs.
There's the punt, fielded inside and then dropped and then just falling on it's Antonio. Did a good job to gather it back down. And he's down at the 42-yard line. That's where Caravel will have it with 8:18 to go in the ball game.
8:18 to go. And, you know, I got to give Antonio some credit. He's come up. He's fielded a couple punts. That's something that I've definitely always appreciated because I feel like at least when I was in high school and even still to this day, it's an art that's just not really, like, mastered.
No.
Everyone likes to they get scared and the poison call comes out and they just let the ball bounce.
Huerta hands the ball, or actually pitched it back, and new running back in the game is Jordan Miller, the sophomore. He got a couple of yards up to the 45-yard line. As we're down to 7.5 to go, Pat.
These Miller boys are going to be tough to handle in the future. I mean, they are extremely fast. They run extremely hard. They got good vision, and you're starting to see there's a little bit of room there for them to fill out. So Caravel is going to have quite the backfield moving forward.
Yeah, offensively, they along the front line, junior, sophomore, junior, freshman. You got a freshman center, one senior at guard, and another freshman at tackle.
Yeah.
So almost their entire offensive line's back.
And then you got the sophomore quarterback.
Right. Who just took the snap, busted play. He, whoop, I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to come back this way. And he's going to lose a couple of yards.
Nice job by Baker coming up, securing that tackle. And Huerta, again, this is something that quarterbacks, he's a young guy. You'll learn this, right? Broken play, you know where the play is going. Just follow it. You got an extra blocker because the running back is now running without the ball, so follow him.
Right. Well, yeah, like I said, learning situations here definitely for the sophomore quarterback who has not played the entire season. He's only played a few ball games.
No, and Nick Richardson was a big component of this offense before his unfortunate injury.
Give up the middle. Good run there out across the 40 up to the 44, and that's one of those aforementioned Miller brothers.
Like Richardson, 703 yards on the year, 9 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, he was really getting it done under center. Unfortunate for him to be banged up, unable to complete the season. But, yeah, Huerta, he's getting some big-time crucial minutes at the varsity level here on one of the favorites in D2.
He's also the punter. Yeah, he's going to have to carry them the rest of the way into the playoffs. St. Elizabeth showing a rush here. Nice punt, real high, a lot of hang time. Will not be returned. Take a good Caravel bounce. Inside the Viking 25 down to the St. E 24-yard line. Running clock, 5:15 to go. So let's take a look ahead for these teams. Caravel, unless they get one of the top 4 seeds, and that'll come out Sunday with the football committee, then they're going to have a first-round game next weekend, and they'll host a game. There's no doubt. They're going to be a high enough seed to host.
Absolutely, yeah. At 9-1, I mean, without a doubt. And I'll tell you what, going down and playing at Caravel is not an easy thing to do. So to be able to host the game here is going to be big for them. And they're a team you got to be careful with. They get going with Drumgo. If Huerta continues to get more comfortable under center, it could be a team that may not be looked at. Obviously, they're respected as one of the better teams, but as far as a championship contender, may start paying attention a little more.
Smick throw into the flat. It's complete, but hit immediately and dropped. Was number 10, the tight end?
Baker. Yeah, no, I mean, that's a good job securing a catch, but again, good coverage out there. Miller coming up, making a tackle.
Gain of about a yard. And then for St. E's, like we mentioned, they're going to be off next weekend, so they'll have 2 weeks to prepare for the playoffs, and they'll host a game. Or it might be here. Who knows? We'll have to see what the committee decides.
Yeah, well, I mean, this would be St. E's hosting. This is their home field. Oh,
that was another miss, and I think St. Elizabeth's jumped back on that ball. One of the linemen, Jaden Turner, recovered that fumble.
Yeah, no gaining yards on that, Glenn.
Got a yard there. So another big guy carrying the ball.
That's right.
Turner gets a yard. He'll be in the stat sheet. As we're down to 3:20 and counting to go in this one. And once again, folks, I think, the first half was indicative of what we thought we were going to see. It was a tight ball game, 14-0. And you figure St. Elizabeth's played the entire second quarter without Benson, their star running back.
Yeah.
But, boy, the Caravel took their toll on this team in the second half. Just dominated the line of scrimmage.
Yes, they did.
Pass near sideline, jump ball, incomplete.
Had Trout there. Tried a high point. They couldn't quite bring it in. But, yeah, Glenn, I mean, like I said, I think there was a little bit of air deflated out of the St. E's team once Kasim Benson went down and was really unable to come back in. And Caravel is an extremely talented group. This was going to be, a game where we felt that Caravel was going to be able to move the ball against St. E's, and they were, especially in the second half. Once again, they were able to kind of conquer all, just like they did last week against Milford.
The big star of this ball game, though, was number 3 on the other side of the field, Caravel's Keyshawn Drumgo. 155 yards rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns, and he caught a screen pass for a 3rd touchdown. So 3 out of 5 touchdowns by number 3. There's the punt. Antonio is just going to let this one bounce and be down inside the 40, the 39-yard line, under 2 minutes to go. And once again, this being Veterans Day, Pat and I and Nick Halliday and the entire staff here at Delaware Live 302 Sports wants to acknowledge again those servicemen and women who help keep this country free. And we want to recognize them on their day today here on Veterans Day, those who have served in the past and are serving in the present.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Glenn. And I want to shout out a good friend of mine, Nick Hall. He's actually stationed out in Jordan currently. I want to give him a shout out as well. Among others, I know some other military members as well. But,
right. We probably all have family members and friends who
without a doubt
have served, and we thank you for your service. There's a knee. Clock runs under a minute now. Awerta just took a knee there. So Caravel is going to improve to 9-1. St. E's will fall to 9-1. Both excellent records, great regular seasons, Pat, and both headed to the playoffs, and we certainly want to wish them both the best. And hopefully the players that went down tonight are going to be okay.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, mission accomplished for both teams. Finished the year 9-1, secure a playoff point, and now the whole new season begins. It's playoff time. This is what you play all season for, is to be able to play come Thanksgiving time. That was always the goal. So,
right.
Congrats to both teams. Caravel finishing the year off with a big-time win here, carrying that momentum into the playoffs. And St. E's right now, they kind of have to take this with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
They got a whole new season starting up in a 1A playoff situation. Get yourself ready for an Indian River. Get yourself ready for a Laurel.
All right, we'll take one final break and come back and wrap this one up here from Abessinio Stadium. Once again, the final 35-0 in favor of the Caravel Buccaneers. Back after this on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
High Five Hospitality was founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise concept to Delaware. They now operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings, 6 locations throughout Delaware, and 2 locations in Maryland. B-Dubs has weekly and game day specials on their delicious food and beverages. Stop in one of their convenient locations today. The Stone Balloon Ale House features a unique blend of crafted food and an array of spirits, all flavored with a dash of nostalgia. Our culinary mantra is comfort food playfully reimagined, and we prepare seasonal favorites that strive to please the palate and resurface a memory. Limestone Barbecue, from our mouth-watering Texas-style brisket, fall-off-the-bone chicken, and St. Louis ribs. Southern-style sides, mac and cheese, baked beans, cornbread, sweet tea, and our homemade pickles. Be prepared, as your bread will be your napkin. Yup, we are that kind of barbecue. Expectation. You'll have a tough time choosing between our exclusive dishes to help get you through the day. French toast, French crepes, Belgian waffles, and of course, our famous Eggs Benedict. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
Hi, it's Scott and Lauren from Soto Concepts.
And today we're at Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Catch 54 is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine overlooking the bay. House favorites include signature crab cakes, shrimp and grits, our famous 54 burger, all accompanied by a wine spectator wine list and a great selection of craft ales and cocktails. Catch 54 offers delicious nightly specials, award-winning waterfront dining views, and the best happy hour in town.
Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week.
See you soon.
Hi, it's Scott and Lauren.
Glenn Fraser, Pat Garriantes, back here at Abessinio Stadium here in Wilmington, Delaware. And Nick Halliday doing a fine job on the camera for us here tonight. Want to update you on another game being played with, again, a 1A, 2A ball game down in Sussex County. Delmar has taken the lead over Laurel at 17-14, and that's a third quarter score. Tight ball game with those two, and both of those two are going to be in the playoffs coming up as well. Our final here, 35-0. Let's take a look at a couple of the final stats we have for you. Keyshawn Drumgo, what a night he had. 155 yards rushing. He has 2 rushing touchdowns, and he caught a pass for a touchdown, so 3 of the 5 scores via him. Craig Miller, he had a good night too. He had 55 yards rushing. He had a big 32-yard gain in the second half. And Owerda completed 3 passes, was picked off once, and also St. E's lost 2 fumbles, both in the first half. Scoring in the second half was all in the third quarter. Caravel, their first drive, a 14-yard pass to Drumgo. Keld's kick made it 21-0. That was a 6-play drive. Then a 1-play, 18-yard drive as Drumgo ran it in. Keld's kick again good, 28-0. And then with 21 seconds to go in the third, Miller on a scoop and score. He picked up a fumble on a hop. We think he went for about 20 yards and got the final touchdown to make it 35-0 and put us into a running clock for the fourth quarter. Pat, your final thoughts on this one here tonight?
Yeah, both teams, they got it. Like we said, whole new season coming up, playoff time. Caravel, they're playing really good football right now. They're finishing games strong, playing a good execution in the first half, and now 2 weeks in a row they've run away with the game in the second half. St. E's, you got to hope they can get healthy here. Like you said, the 2 weeks is a big thing for them. They earned the bye, so they get a chance to have that bye week and rest up. But, impressive performance here from Caravel tonight.
Definitely.
No doubt about it.
Yep. All right, that'll do it for tonight's live stream here from Abessinio Stadium. Final once again, Caravel 35, St. Elizabeth's nothing. We want to thank both Athletic Director Craig Bailey and Acting AD Joseph Papilli, as well as both coaches John Reed and Mike Lemon. For our cameraman Nick Halliday, executive producer Pat Carriantes, and also doing yeoman work as the color analyst. This is Glenn Frazier. Have a great evening. Thanks for joining the live stream here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.